Welcome to Fairy Tales -1.
Hello, little dreamers, and welcome to our cozy corner of imagination. Find your comfiest spot, snuggle up tight, and let your minds drift into the wonderful world of stories. Tonight, we're going on a very special journey into the quiet corners of the night, where sometimes the most unexpected friendships bloom. Are you ready? The story I have for you today is called The Whisper-Winged Keeper of Worries. Once upon a time, in a house nestled on a street where the streetlights hummed a sleepy song, lived a bright-eyed girl named Alara. Alara loved sunshine and laughter, building magnificent pillow forts and dreaming of adventures. But when the moon climbed high and the stars began to twinkle, a different feeling often crept into her room. It wasn't exactly fear, not of monsters under the bed or shadows on the wall. No, Alara's nighttime visitors were much trickier. They were worries. Little fluttering what-ifs about tomorrow's math test, or whether her best friend would remember their secret handshake, or if her favorite teddy bear was truly comfortable on the shelf. Her room, even with its soft nightlight glowing, sometimes felt too big, too quiet, filled with these tiny buzzing thoughts. One particularly quiet night, as Alara lay awake listening to the gentle tick-tock of her bedside clock, something unusual happened. A faint shimmer like moonlight catching on dust motes caught her eye. It drifted from the darkest corner of her room near the ceiling and began to slowly, softly float towards her. Alara held her breath. It wasn't a firefly, not a bat, and certainly not one of the dust bunnies that sometimes rolled under her bed. This was something else entirely. As it came closer, she could make out its form. A delicate, almost transparent creature, no bigger than her two hands cupped together. It had a sleek, shadowy body that seemed to absorb the light around it, and two enormous, beautiful wings that shimmered with every tiny beat like stretched moonbeams. What truly captivated Alara, though, were its eyes. They were large, deep pools of soft, glowing emerald filled with an ancient, quiet kindness. Alara felt a little flutter in her own chest, but it wasn't fear. It was wonder. The creature drifted to just above her bed, hovering silently. Its wings made no sound, yet she felt a gentle, almost imperceptible current of air. Its emerald eyes regarded her unblinking, unhurried. For a long moment, they simply looked at each other, the girl and the creature from the quiet dark. Alara, feeling strangely brave, whispered, "Hello." The creature didn't respond with a sound, but its shadowy form seemed to pulse ever so faintly, as if acknowledging her. Then something even more surprising happened. Alara had been silently worrying about a drawing she had to finish for school the next day. She'd been thinking, what if it's not good enough? What if the colors don't look right? As these thoughts swirled in her mind, the creature dipped lower. One of its shadowy, slender tendrils, like a wisp of smoke, reached out. It hovered for a moment, then very gently, very lightly touched her forehead. A strange sensation washed over Alara, not cold, not warm, but like a whisper of lightness. And just like that, the knot of worry she'd been carrying about her drawing began to unravel. It didn't disappear completely, but it felt smaller, softer, less overwhelming. The creature then drifted back, its shadowy body seeming to grow a tiny bit denser, as if it had absorbed something. It hovered for another moment, then silently, gracefully returned to the darkest corner of her room, melting away, until it was invisible once more. The next morning, Alara woke up feeling surprisingly refreshed. The worry about her drawing was still there, but it felt manageable. She worked on it with a clearer head, and by the end of the day, it was beautiful. That night, she waited. And sure enough, when her room was quiet and the moon was high, the shimmering creature reappeared. This time, Alara wasn't startled at all. She felt a warm sense of anticipation. "Are you a Whisperwing?" she murmured, inventing a name on the spot. The creature seemed to tilt its head slightly. "Do you eat worries?" she asked, remembering the strange lightness she'd felt. The creature drifted closer again, its emerald eyes fixed on her. This night, Alara was worried about a small argument she'd had with her brother that afternoon. She told her silent visitor all about it, not out loud, but in her thoughts, focusing all her worried energy on the creature. Again, the shadowy tendril extended, lightly touched her, and again, the heavy feeling of worry lifted, leaving behind a feeling of calm. The creature's form, she noticed, seemed to gain a tiny bit more substance. Night after night, this gentle ritual continued. Alara named her new friend Whisper. Whisper wasn't a toy or a pet or even something she could touch in the usual way. Whisper was a presence, a silent listener, a gentle companion in the quiet dark. Alara found herself looking forward to bedtime, no longer dreading the quiet, but welcoming it knowing Whisper would be there. She would tell Whisper all her worries. Big ones about school tests, small ones about missing socks, silly ones about whether clouds got lonely floating by themselves. And each time, Whisper would absorb them its shadowy form, growing subtly richer its emerald eyes, glowing with a deeper understanding light. Alara began to notice something remarkable. It wasn't that her worries vanished completely. The math test still needed studying, the argument with her brother still needed a sorry, but the feeling of worry, the tight fluttering sensation in her chest, was replaced by a quiet sense of calm and clarity. It was as if Whisper didn't just take the worry, but helped her see it differently, helped her find the courage to face it. Whisper didn't solve her problems, but it helped her feel brave enough to solve them herself. One evening, Alara had the biggest worry of all. She was going to be in the school play, and she had a very important line to say all by herself in front of everyone. The thought made her stomach twist into knots. What if she forgot? What if she tripped? What if her voice squeaked? That night when Whisper appeared, its glow seemed brighter, its wings shimmered with a greater intensity. Alara poured out all her fears, every single what if. Whisper hovered very close, its entire form seeming to pulse with soft energy. This time, instead of just a light touch, Alara felt a gentle, encompassing warmth, like being wrapped in a soft, unseen blanket. It was a feeling of profound confidence, a quiet strength that settled deep inside her. The next day on the stage, the lights were bright and the audience seemed like a sea of faces. Alara's heart thumped, but then she remembered the warmth, the quiet strength Whisper had given her. When it was her turn, she stepped forward, took a deep breath, and spoke her line clearly, beautifully, without a single forgotten word or squeak. A wave of relief and pride washed over her. She knew without a doubt that Whisper had helped her. From that day on, Alara didn't have fewer worries, but she faced them with a newfound calm and courage. She understood that Whisper wasn't a nightmare or even something scary in the dark. Whisper was a guardian of peace, a silent friend who understood the flutterings of the heart and gently helped to soothe them. Her room, once filled with the buzzing of anxieties, now felt truly peaceful. The quiet dark was no longer a place for what-ifs, but a comforting space where a shimmer of moonlight, a pair of emerald eyes, and the soft, silent beat of Whisper wings brought reassurance. Alara kept her secret friend close to her heart, a beautiful reminder that even in the quietest, darkest places, kindness and comfort can be found, transforming worries into calm and silence into a gentle, knowing presence. And sometimes, the most wonderful friends are the ones you never expected to meet, especially the gentle ones who understand the language of your heart. And with that, our adventure ends for tonight, little dreamers. If this story sparked your imagination and left you feeling warm and cozy, a like would be wonderful, like a little thank you twinkle, and subscribing ensures you'll never miss our next tale, where new wonders and adventures always await. Until next time, sleep tight, dream big, and remember, even the quietest nights hold their own gentle magic. Goodbye for now.
See you again, and do like, share, and subscribe the channel. Fairy Tale.